soccer parents, please make your way to the field. Illinois Tech men's soccer parents for Senior Day. Please make your way over to the men's soccer bench area. Thank you.
All right, let's go, make it total. Seniors. I think Ben, you're up first. Seniors on this side. Ben first, then Watson. A tunnel, make a tunnel. You can shoot. And then to walk through. Jenna, right here. Remember where the camera's at? So it's Ben, then Matt, then Christian, then Logan, then Adam, then Carter. Here's on this side. You're gonna grab a flower, give your family a flowers for all this appreciation, for all this done. And you give that to the players. When you're ready.
All right, got it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Stuart Field for today's men's soccer matchup and men's Senior Day. Illinois Tech men's soccer would like to recognize and celebrate the following student athletes that have made and will continue to make a major impact on our university, our athletic department, and our men's soccer program.
So you can hear me?
Our first senior recognized, Ben Bell. Number 4, Ben Bell, team captain from El Dorado Hills, California. Ben is a mechanical engineering major. Ben is being accompanied by his mom, Sue Bell, and father, Dave Bell. Ben's favorite soccer memory is having an incredible assist to Devin last year against Aurora. And his message to his teammates, face every challenge as a team and always support and lift each other up. Congratulations, Ben Bell. Our next senior, number 3, Matt Watson. Matt is from Plainfield, Illinois. He's a computer science major. He is being accompanied by his mom, his dad, his grandma, grandpa. Also attending is Nana and Poppy, his sister, and the team. And his favorite soccer memory is the first time making the NAC playoffs. His message to his teammates: I'm proud to call you guys family. My 4 years have been nothing short of amazing, ups and downs included. You all have helped shape me into who I am today, and for that I'm grateful. I'm thankful for the moments spent with you all, from practice and games to common and going out in our spare time. This experience wouldn't be possible without the team. If I have any advice for you guys, is that you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable and stay humble. Thank you guys for having my back and giving me the opportunity to lead this team. I love you all. Congratulations to Matt Watson. Our next senior, another captain, number 11, Christian Garcia. Christian from Burbank, Illinois, also a computer science major. He's being accompanied by his parents, Ishmael and Sandra Garcia. His favorite soccer memory was making the playoffs for the first time in school history. And his message to his teammates: my 4 years here I can proudly say that I consider every single person family. I'm proud of everyone for sticking together during times that were tough. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to lead you guys this year, and without a doubt, I believe that we have what it takes. My time here is almost over, but I hope that I was able to leave a part of me in our culture that I want you guys to pass down. Thank you all for everything, and I'm proud to call you guys my family. Christian Garcia. Next up, number 19, Logan Garcia. Logan is from Hoffman Estates, Illinois, and is an aerospace engineering major. His family attending today is his mother, Rachel, father, Rick, and sister, Madison. His favorite soccer memory is our freshman year. We won our first away game of the season on our very last game of the season, finally allowing us to do karaoke on the bus ride home. Strict rules back then. Message to teammates. Thank you for 4 unforgettable years of making this team a winning program. We forever changed the history of men's soccer at Illinois Tech and couldn't have been done without all of you. If there's one thing that you can take away from me being here, just remember, life is good. Congratulations, Logan Garcia. Our next senior, number 10, Adam Lazadovich. Adam is from Wrocław, Poland. He is a business administration and ITM major. He is being accompanied by his girlfriend, Rita. His favorite soccer memory was a trip to Argentina. And his message to his teammates: I remember when I got injured and was out for the entire season. It was a tough time, and there were moments when I felt like I didn't belong on the team anymore. But you guys reminded me that being a part of this team is about more than just being on the field. I found motivation in watching all of you succeed and give your all, and it pushed me to keep going. I'm so grateful to have been surrounded by people who made me feel like I've been family here, even with mine being 5,000 miles away. Congratulations to Adam Lazadovich. Our next senior, number 26, Alex Kuban. Alex is from Lombard, Illinois. He is also a business administration and ITM major. His family attending today is his parents, Rich and Lisa, and his brother, Nick. His favorite soccer memory is coming to the pitch every day, knowing I get to continue playing with all of you guys. And his message to his teammates: it's been amazing to see the progress the team has made over the past 4 years, and an honor to be a small part of that with all of you. I hope to see you all succeed in the future. Congratulations, Alex Kuban. And our final senior, number 7, Carter Lisk. Carter is from Stony Creek, Ontario, Canada, as an aerospace engineering major. And he's being accompanied by Michelle, William, and Samantha Lisk. His favorite memory is the Argentina trip. And his message to his teammates: over the years playing soccer here, I've come to realize that this team is about so much more than just wins and losses. It's about the battles we've fought together and the memories that will stick with us long after we've graduated. If there's one thing I've learned, it's never to take this time for granted. Remember to enjoy every moment while it lasts. I hope that in my time here I was able to leave a positive mark, to contribute to the culture we've built, and to be the kind of role model that some of you could look up to. Thank you all for being a part of this journey with me. Congratulations to Carter Lisk. And once more, let's give a big round of applause to our 2026 seniors for men's soccer. Congratulations.
You got starters?
We're working on it. I'm going to need starters too. Not from those sheets, I need from.
The highlighter
Yeah.
is dead. starters.
I don't think anyone's playing. Captain White, Captain White. Captain. I'm turning. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Stuart Field for today's men's soccer matchup. This is a Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference matchup between the visiting Marian University Sabres and your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Illinois Tech and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting these participants and the officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or other abusive comments and actions directed at the officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and may be grounds for removal from Stuart Field. And fans, a reminder, permission to enter the field or the bench areas are restricted to student athletes, coaches, game officials, game day staff, and unauthorized personnel. Unauthorized individuals violating this policy will be subject to removal from Stuart Field. And now let's meet our starting lineups first for the visiting Marian University Sabres. Sophomore defender from Waukee, Iowa, number 2, J.T. Suss. Junior defender from Covington, Washington, number 4, Hudson Schenk. First-year midfielder from Sammamish, Washington, number 7, Nico Titus. Senior midfielder from Glendale, California, number 10, Vince Sanchez. Senior defender from Lakeville, Illinois, number 12, Owen Pullivis. Midfielder from Eugene, Oregon, number 15, Jack Gillian. Senior midfielder from Countryside, Illinois, number 16, Nathan Lazenko. goal, a junior from Shorewood, Illinois, number 9, Tyler Hall. The Sabres are coached by head coach Keegan Miller in his third season, assisted by Anthony McCoy, and winner Andrew Howden. And now, starting lineups for your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. A first-year forward for San Jose, Costa Rica, number 2, Mateo Sequeira. A senior defender from Plainfield, Illinois, number 3, Matthew Watson. Senior midfielder from El Dorado Hills, California, number 4, Ben Now. Senior midfielder from Zaragoza, Spain, number 6, Adrian Pogaludo. Sophomore forward for Hartford, Colorado, number 9, Cal Graham. Senior midfielder for North Poland, number 10, Adam Lazanovic. Senior midfielder defender from Burbank, Illinois, number 11, Christian Garcia. Senior midfielder defender for Buffalo State, Illinois, number 19, Logan Garcia. Junior defender from Bensonville, Illinois, number 25, Dominic Krupa. Junior defender from Famagusta, Cyprus, number 31, Miros Shimichis. And in goal, the junior from Helsingborg, Sweden, number 99, Colin Thomas. The Scarlet Hawks are coached by head coach Marlon McKenzie in his second season, assisted by Aziz Tahir, Julio Soto, and Mateo Sanchez.
Back here at Stuart Field in Chicago, we are ready for match 2 of our senior day doubleheader presentation of NCAA Division III soccer. This time is NCAA Division III men's soccer action as the Scarlet Hawks get set to play host to the Marian Sabres. I'm Chris Rouse here on the call for match 2 of our doubleheader. In match 1 in women's soccer action, Illinois Tech improved to 10-0-1 with a 7-0 win over the Marian Sabres. Well, the men's Marian soccer team will try to at least salvage half of this trip as they try to win match 2. They come in with a record of 4-5-1, 2-3 in conference play, led by head coach Keegan Miller in his third season. And he will start in net, number 39, Tyler Hall, as the keeper. And in the field, Marian will line up numerically as follows. Number 2, J.T. Suss. Number 4, Hudson Shank. Number 7, Nico Tsitsis. Number 10, Vince Sanchez. Number 12, Owen Holevis. Number 15, Jack Williams. Number 16, Nathan Lozenko. Number 21, Cairo Machuca. Number 25, Braden Johnson. Number 31, Simon Keeler. And, of course, the keeper, once again, will be number 39, Tyler Hall. They go up against Illinois Tech. They'll start with head coach Marlon McKenzie in his second season at the helm of the Scarlet Hawks. They'll have their white uniforms on with red numbers and letters. They'll be going left to right on your screen towards the north goal. They will start with number 99, Colin Thomas, in the purple uniform in the south net. In the field, it will be number 2, Mateo Sequeira. Number 3, Matthew Watson. Number 4, Ben Mail. Number 6, Adrian Kogayudo. Number 9, Cal Graham. Number 10, Adam Lazarovich. Number 11, Christian Garcia. Number 19, Logan Garcia. Number 25, Dominic Krupa. Number 31, Piros Shimichis. And number 99, Colin Thomas, again, is the keeper as the ball goes out of play. We're glad that you're joining us here. Happy Saturday on this early October matchup. It's been 80 degrees all day here at Stuart Field. It's been relatively hot the majority of the day. We saw that sort of take effect in the first match, in the women's matchup, as we had water breaks in both halves. Expect the water breaks here in both halves of this matchup as well. 84 degrees, 10-mile-per-hour winds to the southwest, which means they will be going to that top left corner of your screen at home. Marian heading right to left. Illinois Tech headed left to right. Ball sent down by Marian as Shimichis makes contact for the Scarlet Hawks. Illinois Tech coming in after a 4-3 win against against Benedictine on Wednesday. That was Marian that comes in following the loss to MSOE on Wednesday, losing 3-0 in their most recent matchup. But Illinois Tech, they come in knowing they're going up against a team that can put numbers on the board. This is a Marian team that won their 2 previous matches, just as the women did in conference play against Rockford and Lakeland. And in both of those matches, Marian looked strong. They were able to get the clean sheet in their two respective conference matchups. Right now, Illinois Tech in control of the ball against this Marian team. Interesting match, a bit of a pivotal matchup in conference. Both teams are 2-3. They're both under 500, but both teams really need this matchup in terms of standings within the NAC. Illinois Tech would love to pull away with this one here, and Illinois Tech in possession here. Ball played to the outside with Christian Garcia, finding Sakaira, the hero on Wednesday. On Wednesday night with the goal in the 88th minute was Mateo Sakaira. He leads the way for Illinois Tech, does Sakaira this season in goals scored. Both teams doing a good job right now, not really letting the other establish any position in the attacking third. As I say that, here comes Illinois Tech with a shot from Sakaira. It's deflected away and run down by Krupa. On the sideline, played to Shemetris. Shemetris sends it down. It goes out of play off of Marian for an Illinois Tech throw-in. Illinois Tech working towards the end line. It's Lazarevic. He sends it in. They've got a man on the backside. It's Sakaira. He sends it in, but he's offside. These two teams, Illinois Tech, 7th place, Marian, 8th place. These two teams dead center in the pack as they jockey for position in the NAC men's standings, both at 2 and 3. And they actually start the line of sort of the top and the bottom, obviously at 7 and 8. In front of Illinois Tech is Benedictine at 2, 1 and 1. So that was a huge win on Wednesday for Illinois Tech to at least gain the tiebreaker over another conference foe in Benedictine. The matter at hand here is against Marian, and neither team really able to establish control on the ball. Garcia comes out of traffic for Illinois Tech, and now they play it over to Lazarevic. Up to Watson, Matthew Watson, with pressure coming from Marian. That was a nice jump on the backside by Machuca. He didn't really make any contact with it there, but he does force it to the keeper. Where Marian now will have their keeper, Tyler Hall, send it down, the junior out of Shorewood, Illinois. Puts the ball in the air. Looking for Johnson, who is Marian's leading goal scorer this season. Ball ping-ponged around before Machuca comes up with it. Machuca and Garcia collide on this near sideline. And now the ball thrown long. Illinois Tech in possession with Shemetris. Possession now won by Marian. You can see Holovis was looking for someone to send the ball to, but he had no support, no outlet to pass. Shank sends the ball down. Matthew Watson sends it over to Thomas. First touch for the keeper, Colin Thomas, for Illinois Tech. The junior out of Helsingborg, Sweden. Thomas this season, this is his 9th match for Illinois Tech. 17 goals allowed, 2.27 goal against average, 37 saves on the season for Colin. And what a first match of the day it was for players named Thomas from Sweden. Kayla Thomas had the first goal of the day for Illinois Tech in the first match. It's Machuca who sends it towards the net, and a foul. So the ball was sent in. The foul will negate all action that just occurred on that play, and Illinois Tech will get the free kick. Got Shemitra's down in the middle of the pitch. As he appears he's just going to retie that cleat. Colin Thomas to resume action in a moment. This is really a huge matchup in the NAC. 7th and 8th place teams, yes, going at it. But this could be a huge swing game for someone's season moving forward. Both 2 and 3 in conference play. You win this one, you get to 500. Really can turn the table for you in terms of where you could possibly be seated come NAC conference tournament time. Machuca felt the pressure there from Illinois Tech with Lazarevic on the charge. Ball sent long to that corner. Ben Mill applying the pressure defensively for Illinois Tech as he forced Simon Keeler towards the touchline. Ball goes out for a Vince Sanchez throw-in for Marian. Vince Sanchez, the senior out of Glendale, California. You see a lot of West Coast guys on this Marian team. I mentioned that in the women's match as well. They had 14 players on the women's roster, all listed from California. Not quite 14 on the men's side, but they do have a pretty good amount of Washingtons and Californias and Oregons on their roster. In possession for Illinois Tech is a Burbank, Illinois native in Garcia. He's dispossessed of the ball there by Seetzies, and now the ball is sent down. This is Johnson in pursuit. Battle of the 25s between Johnson and Krupa, and if they end up matched up against one another, could be a fun afternoon. Instead, Illinois Tech able to win possession and clear it out. Braden Johnson, 6 goals on the season, leads the way for Marian. There you see number 25 right in the middle of Illinois Tech's passing efforts. And a foul as Garcia goes down. He's knocked down by Seetzies. Nico Seetzies, the first-year player out of Washington. Sammamish, Washington, to be exact. Goes 5'11". Seetzies picking up the foul there. With his appearance today, Seetzies has appeared in all 10 matches for Marian as they go up against Illinois Tech. Only 1 assist on the season. 4 shot attempts unsuccessful for Seetzies. Marian now in control of the ball, winning possession with Keeler. Keeler is now dispossessed. And here's Watson. Watson over to Sakira. Sakira looking for an outlet. He's going to try to go wide on the switch pass. I think just a lot of miscommunication there from Illinois Tech. I think everyone thought Sakira was going to go for the net. He tried to switch it, and it led to a miscommunication with one player probably zigging when he should have zagged. Sakira over to Lazarevic. Ball played back to Krupa. Krupa has been a well-known part of this Illinois Tech roster since coming on campus. The junior out of Bensenville, Illinois. Been a key part to that defensive back line. Ball played up the pitch. Garcia has it here for Illinois Tech. A lot of moves from Garcia. Finally hits Lazarevic. Pass off to Sakira. Sakira going to try to bend one for the goal, and the save by Tyler Hall. Good job by Hall turning Sakira back on his first attempt at the net today. And Marian on the men's side keeps it scoreless. It was 4 minutes into the women's match earlier if you're just joining us. Illinois Tech took a 1-0 advantage and ended up with a 7-0 victory here on the men's side. Still no score as we get ready to conclude this 11th minute. JT Suss played it down. He was looking for his 31, Keeler. Instead, he found Illinois Tech's 31, Shemitris. Here's the throw in from Marian. They're looking for Johnson. They've been looking for Johnson quite a bit here in the early going. Braden Johnson has had a good run. had a number of good runs, but he has been unsuccessful in receiving possession on those good runs. Kogayudo to Shemetris. Feels really good to be back here at Stuart Field, another season of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawk Athletics in full swing here. Plenty going on here around Illinois Tech, whether it be the Keating Sports Center and or Stuart Field. We know Wednesday there will be women's soccer action right here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network when the Scarlet Hawks take on the Lakeland Muskies. And then also women's volleyball action. Scarlet Hawks taking on Concordia University of Chicago, all both occurring on Wednesday. Meanwhile, here in men's action for Illinois Tech, we know they'll have that big doubleheader coming up on the 18th against MSOE when both the women's and men's teams will take on the Raiders. So after this, Illinois Tech will be on the road for 3 straight. At Lakeland Wednesday, at Wisconsin Lutheran on next Saturday, and then on the 8th, then on the 15th, while the women take on Dominican here at Stuart Field, the men will take on Dominican in River Forest. So in Illinois Tech, home and away has made a huge difference. This Illinois Tech team 5-1 at home this season. Their record 5-5-1 through 11 matches. Ball played to the outside and offside now. Will take away the opportunity for Illinois Tech to go for goal. Scarlet Hawks 5-1 at home, 0-4-1 on the road. So this here is a huge match for Illinois Tech for obvious reasons. You're 2-3 in conference play. You're playing very well at home. 5-1, you win here, you get to 3-3, 500 in conference play before you go on what could be a bit of an elimination gauntlet for Illinois Tech based off the way they played on the road so far. As they're going to take on Lakeland, Wisconsin, Lutheran, and Dominican. Scarlet Hawks will have 2 more at home after today, where they'll see, once again, MSOE on the 18th as a part of a doubleheader, and then they'll see Rockford on October the 29th. Here's a tackle just outside of the penalty area. Tackle made by J.T. Suss as he takes Sakira down to the pitch. Illinois Tech now get the free kick opportunity. 15th minute here as now the Scarlet Hawks get ready for a set-piece opportunity. Tyler Hall in the net. And now Hall waiting close to that far post for your view at home, the near post for us here at the broadcast location. He's waiting more towards that west post to see where Sakira is going to try to aim this ball here. Sakira goes for net. He goes to the east post, but he goes well wide of the net and off the north fencing here at Stuart Field. For Tyler Hall, this is 11th match played. He's given up 18 goals this season, 209 goal against average for Marian. 4-5-1 record. And so far, through 15 minutes and some change, he's kept Illinois Tech off the board. Illinois Tech with 4 goals in their win on Wednesday. Sakira had the first goal for Illinois Tech, and then he had the game-winning goal for the Scarlet Hawks in the 88th minute. You can see Illinois Tech playing with much more confidence here under head coach Marlon McKenzie. I think Coach McKenzie, who has a long-time history, we talked about how on the women's soccer side, they'll take on the University of Chicago. Well, Marlon McKenzie on the men's side was a part of the staff. That is, he was a part of the women's staff, but now the head coach here on the men's side for Illinois Tech. Also, you see a lot of Illinois Tech, U Chicago crossover. You got Marlon McKenzie, who spent a lot of his time at U Chicago. Coach Carissa Sane, once the longtime women's basketball coach at the University of Chicago. Then, of course, the two teams in women's soccer set to match up on Monday. Here in men's soccer, actually, we've got a handball against Marian. And Illinois Tech will get the free kick. Lazarevic to take it. They've got Krupa and Watson both working towards the back post. The ball goes towards the back post. It looked like it was for Krupa. Watson was there as well, but it's sent out by Marian. Dangerous switch pass there for Illinois Tech, but it's played over to Watson. Senior out of Plainfield, Illinois. Watson back to Krupa, two of the more well-known players on this Illinois Tech roster the past few seasons. You see Illinois Tech have to remember that this is a entire school that has just recently made the jump to NCAA Division III, as recently as 2018-19. And you see a lot of the talent, a lot of the mindset around the campus has certainly changed for all of the athletics since coming to the NCAA Division III level. You see Illinois Tech men's lacrosse having men's soccer, I should say, having one of their better seasons. Men's lacrosse has been pretty good as well the last few seasons. They've been in the mix. But men's soccer, one of their better seasons after their big win earlier this year. And then 5-1 at home to start. Illinois Tech beat Hope 5-3 back on September the 2nd. Beat Caltech on September the 5th. They lost 4 straight matches following that and had a tie. So 5 straight matches where they were winless before finally beating Concordia again on September 24th. Mateo Sakaira this season leading the way for Illinois Tech with 8 goals. Illinois Tech will get a corner. The corner will come from Christian Garcia. Garcia has a goal this season, 1 goal on 12 shots, 6 of those shots on goal. No assists this far for Garcia. We'll try to send one in. Illinois Tech crowding the penalty area. Garcia, that's a line drive. That's not even going to make it back in play for a goal kick. It's a clean line drive off the foot for Garcia. And that takes away any opportunity of a potential strike towards the net for Illinois Tech. Coach Keegan Miller up on his feet with instructions for his Marian team. They've been on defense the majority of this first half. And now Garcia knocks it down for Illinois Tech, and now he repossesses the ball after a quick pass to Lazarevic. Ball sent down the pitch and out of play. Coach Marlon McKenzie with instructions for his team. McKenzie in his 2nd season here at Illinois Tech. Keegan Miller in his 3rd season at Marian. So relatively new coaches to their respective programs. But both have certainly been around. Here's Hall who sends it down. Krupa working on Johnson. And they play it back to Watson. Thomas sends it down. Good job by Thomas to avoid the light bit of pressure he felt there from Johnson, only to send it right back to Tyler Hall on the other end. Marian with some instructions for Johnson, saying they need Braden Johnson on the end, need him to finish some of these long balls. Big gust of wind as Hall sent that ball into the air. Big gust of wind and a train passing. And as a result, well, not really as a result, but as that happens, ball taken away by Illinois Tech. Scarlet Hawks working towards the net. Ball sent in, cleared out by Marian. That was a good job sending it out by Sanchez. Watson to Sakaira. Sakaira thinking about going for a bender, but instead he'll pass it out. It'll be Mel who will go for the shot. That's just too tough for Mel. Couldn't really get set. And the save made in the net again by Hall. He's seen a fair share of opportunities here in the early going. Hall, a long hold here. The junior out of Shorewood, Illinois, listed at 6'3", 180. Sends the ball high into the air. And now it's possessed by Garcia. There's a player from Marian doubled over in the middle of the pitch. The officials see it as well, and we'll get a stoppage. As now the training staff for Illinois Tech, the lead trainer, Mika Sanchez, runs out of the pitch here. Can't quite see which player that is for Marian that is doubled over. It appears that he's holding his head at the moment. And that is Nico Seitsis. So Nico Seitsis is over there on the field. And Mika Sanchez will help him walk off the pitch. So luckily, Seitsis, hopefully nothing too serious with him as he is walking off the field with a bit of a smile on his face. This is the water break. This has been the designated water break for this matchup here. So we'll take a quick break with both of these teams here. We've played 20-plus minutes here at Stuart Field. We'll take a timeout. First half action continues when we return. We're scoreless at Stuart Field here in men's soccer action between the Scarlet Hawks and the Sabres. .22 minute getting set to continue here in the first half between the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and the Marian Sabres. Chris Rouse here on the call. This is the second and final matchup of our doubleheader today between the Scarlet Hawks and Sabres in soccer action. If you just joined us in women's action, it was a 7-0 win for Illinois Tech over Marian in the women's match. Here in the second matchup, we just had our water break. We're still scoreless as action now resumes with Illinois Tech, with Shemitris sending the ball down for the Scarlet Hawks. JT Suss battling with Cal Graham for Illinois Tech. Illinois Tech able to regain possession here in the attacking third. Garcia had no help. Everyone is telling Garcia he has Sakaira on the outside. He finally gives it up to him. Sakaira sends it in, but he sends it long. Out of play for a goal kick. Coming up at halftime, we'll recap our first half action. If we have any goals scored, we'll recap the goals. We'll go over all of our stats and highlights in the first half. And then, of course, we'll go over our NAC scoreboard on both the men's and the NAC scoreboard on both the men's and women's side of things here. We know the 7-0 win. So we saw the 7-0 win for Illinois Tech in match one. We'll go over the women's scores elsewhere in the NAC and also go over the men's scores elsewhere in the conference. And we'll have all of that for you coming up at halftime, 21 minutes and counting, as you can see on your scoreboard at home. Nice use of the body there from Garcia as he passed it forward for Illinois Tech. Watson plays it up the pitch for Garcia. Illinois Tech plays it back. Sakaira working on the outside. He's got support coming. That support is Lazarevic. He played it into Lazarevic. It was knocked away. Going to be run down by Garcia. Ball still in the penalty area. Still a threat for Illinois Tech. A chance to go for the net. Instead, Graham goes to the ground, and the ball scooped up by Hall. No foul through the collision in front of the net. as Graham went down. And Marian continuing to walk away unscathed despite some quality opportunities for the Scarlet Hawks here in this first half. Get a foul here against Illinois Tech. That'll give Marian the free kick here. To this point of the matchup, we've seen 2 shots, both from Illinois Tech, one of which was on goal. 1 corner for Illinois Tech, and also we've seen 6 fouls against Marian. That was the 2nd foul there against Illinois Tech. Marian will get a free kick. Cairo Machuca. He sent it in. Thomas comes up with it for Illinois Tech as the Scarlet Hawks turn the Sabres back. Ball played up the pitch here in the 26th minute. Bit of a missed touch for Marian as now Lazarevic plays it up. Here's a chance to go for goal for Graham. Graham to the net and a goal for Illinois Tech. Cal Graham gets out ahead of the pack, and he gets Illinois Tech on the scoreboard first as they open the scoring here in the 26th minute. Cal Graham. So Cal Graham with his 6th goal of the season opens the scoring as Illinois Tech, the Scarlet Hawks, lead it 1-0. Lazarevic is credited with the assist. First assist of the season for Lazarevic. 1 goal, 1 assist for Lazarevic. That was the 6th goal of the season for Graham. As now Thomas comes up with the ball here for Illinois Tech. And the intensity starting to pick up on that Marian sideline. Remember, they don't have a single shot attempt here. They've been trying to play the ball to Braden Johnson, the team's leader in goals. He has 6 on the season. But Illinois Tech has been in control of the ball with possessions like this one here. Bit of a weird switch pass from Graham, who just scored. I think he was trying to find Sakaira on the outside. Those are the 2 leading scorers. Graham with 6 goals this season, now following his most recent goal here in the 26th minute. Sakaira with 8 goals leads the way for Illinois Tech. And we've got a Marian player that appears to be hurt on the east side of the pitch that appeared to just come up, just randomly hobbled there as he was running down the pitch. And yeah, they're going to need the assistance from athletic trainer Mika Sanchez as she runs out on the pitch here to assist JT Suss. Suss, the 6-foot, 175-pound sophomore out of Iowa. You can see him, number 2, on your screen there, walking around near the 18-yard line. It appears he will stay in the match for the time being. Actually, they're going to have to take, because they stopped the clock, they're going to have to take him off. So Illinois Tech will throw it in with Suss. Suss will have to wait to the next. So Suss comes back onto the pitch. Illinois Tech trying to get a substitution here with Paul Balea. Balea, the junior out of Peoria, Illinois, now finally officially waived into the matchup. So Balea comes in to replace Lazarevic, as now Illinois Tech gets Balea back out there. Balea had the tying goal in the 67th minute on Wednesday. And then not only did he get the goal to get Illinois Tech back level, he had the assist to Sakaira for the game-winning goal in the 89th minute as Illinois Tech, or the 88th minute as Illinois Tech won on Wednesday. Ball played up the pitch. And now sent down by Marian. So the 88th minute goal from Sakaira, assisted by Balea. And remember, they literally came 22 minutes apart. He scored, Balea's goal on Wednesday was scored at the 66:44 mark. And then he assisted Sakaira at the 88:44 mark to help Illinois Tech win it 4-3. Marian in possession now with Suss. Ball played down. Here's Johnson. Johnson finally with some room to run. He and Krupa going at it, and the ball goes out of play. And it appears it will be a Marian corner. One of the first times today Marian has been in a favorable spot to at least strike towards the net against Colin Thomas. It'll be Simon Keeler, first-year player out of Lockport, Illinois, will send it in. Marian with everyone sort of lined up towards that back post. They send the ball in. It goes towards the front. Thomas able to secure the ball off the header from Blazenko. Muhammad Abad, the junior out of Chicago, Illinois, attended Taft, a former Taft Eagle. He was in there as well. But no touch from Abad as the ball went long to Blazenko instead. There is Abad actually applying pressure to the ball before Kogayudo sent it down. Shimitris had a chance to get there for Illinois Tech. Instead, it was Keeler, 31 for Marian, and now the ball long for Johnson. 1-0 our score. Illinois Tech with the advantage. It was Cal Graham in the 26th minute. He's responsible for the 1-0 that you see on your scoreboard at home. Sakaira sends the ball long. He's got support on that long ball to Garcia. Here is Garcia. A chance to work one-on-one with Holevas. Holevas did a good job defensively, and that was cleared out as Holevas made the stop initially on Logan Garcia. Machuca plays over to Shank. Shank for Abad. The header goes off Shimitris for Illinois Tech. Now Shimitris plays it back the other way to Kogayudo. Kogayudo listed out as Zaragoza, Spain, but also attended Whitney Young here in Chicago. A play to the front of the net, cleared out by Marian. Jack Williams, the first-year player out of Eugene, Oregon, steps in and knocks the ball free. Head coach Marlon McKenzie with instructions for his team. He said he needed a goal threat on the outside. He didn't like how his team chose to attack the net there. He felt like the support wasn't in the right position. He said he wanted a goal threat here. He was pointing towards the outside, which is the west side of the net, meaning the side furthest away. As now Illinois Tech will sit it in on the corner. Krupa's in the front at the front post. Really no support on that back post. Everybody really just following the ball. The header towards the net, just wide right for a goal kick. Cal Graham tried to get the brace. That would have been his second goal, but he's unable to do so. Mateo Sakaira will come off the pitch. Carter Lisk comes on for Illinois Tech, number 7. Lisk, part of the Senior Day festivities here for Illinois Tech. Senior out of Stony Creek, Ontario, Canada. Tyler Hall. Ball out of play for an Illinois Tech throw-in. 13.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. And coming up at halftime, we'll recap the goal scored by Cal Graham in the 26th minute, his 6th of the season. Illinois Tech up 1-0, and we will recap any other goals as well as go over our first half stats. And then we'll go over our NAC scoreboard from both the women's and men's side of things today. All of that coming up here at halftime on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Ball headed into play and repossessed by Alvarado. Illinois Tech throw in here. Now the ball headed into the air by Suss of Marian. Scarlet Hawks with Kogayudo. Plays it over to Watson. Watson up to Lisk. And right back. Johnson applying pressure. Krupa tries to make a move. He got around Keeler, did Krupa, but the ball sent back the other way by Marian. Scarlet Hawks working in the middle. Here's Kogayudo with a bod in pursuit. Kogayudo gives it up to Watson, and now he finds Graham. Marian with possession out near midfield. Now it's going to be a long run. Here's Keeler. Keeler working on Krupa. He goes for goal off the post for Keeler. The ball comes back into play for Alvarado, and it's deflected out. Oh, a dangerous opportunity there as Marian got right in front of the net. The shot hits the post, and we've seen a lot of post and crossbar action today if you've watched both matches of our doubleheader. But on this one for Marian, would have been the equalizer. Instead, they hang on to a 1-0 deficit for the time being. Ball sent high into the sky. Now it goes into the corner. And out of play, actually out over the fencing here at Stuart Field. Marian looking for an opportunity to make something work here against Thomas. That was a quality look on that most recent opportunity for goal, but nothing doing. Marian just looking to make something work here as they await the corner. The ball comes in. Thomas jumps high. Oh, Thomas had to go around a man to make the catch. The ball headed towards the net, and Thomas makes the save. What an effort by Thomas, as that was Braden Johnson that had the first chance. Holevis was in there as well. Thomas had to go around him to keep him from making a shot. Holevis did a good job going for goal anyway over the shoulder, but the save made. Illinois Tech catching all the breaks here. Still with the advantage. Here's another chance for Abad. Abad sends it over. Holevis. Ball sent long. You can see Marian becoming a little bit overzealous with some of these opportunities here. They're getting closer, but can't quite put the ball into the back of the net. Now here comes Illinois Tech. An opportunity for Garcia. A chance for the Scarlet Hawks to score, but he's turned away as he's pushed off the ball by Tyler Hall. Good job by the Marian Sabres, keeping Illinois Tech from scoring again. They've had quite the opportunities, but haven't been able to put them into the back of the net just yet. Ball possessed now by Illinois Tech with Balea. Ball going to the sideline. Nice hands by Coach McKenzie. ball took a hop to Marlon McKenzie. The coach able to get his hands out in front and make the save. Balea throwing it down the pitch to Lisk. First half continues to tick away. Marian had their best opportunity recently, but still yet to break through. Scarlet Hawks working towards the net. They get it to the end line. Ball sent right back out. And it appears that it will be an Illinois Tech corner. Let's see who will take it for the Scarlet Hawks as they take their time with Balea getting set to take it for Illinois Tech. He's headed to the corner. Start to wonder if maybe that heat, that sun is still beaming down here on Stuart Field. Makes you wonder if maybe that is having an effect on both teams. We saw the water break earlier. Ball comes in. It goes long for Watson, and ooh, what a hit there. As Koga Yudo got a header on the ball, but he headed it right off the face of Jack Williams. Luckily, Williams is okay. Ball cleared out here by Marian. And now whistle as we get a substitution here for Marian. Emmett Marchese, the 6'1 senior out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. So we'll get our first look at Emmett Marchese. And he'll replace Holevis, the senior out of Lakeville, Illinois. Holevis has certainly been all over the pitch defensively in this matchup for Marian. And the ball really just a lot of ping-ponging the ball out of play here these last few minutes of match action between these two teams. And now a substitution for Illinois Tech as they'll get Graham off the pitch. Alexander Kuban, the senior out of Lombard, Illinois. Kuban now into the match. He'll be at the top left corner. Actually, could be the target of this pass here. Bit of a miscommunication for Illinois Tech. As Kuban and Balea both ran into that spot, actually. Ball sent back long the other way. Now the ball played to the middle of the pitch to Garcia. Christian Garcia. And a foul against Illinois Tech as Garcia had possession there. Gives it over to Marian. Blazenko maybe got away with a bit of a push. Ball sent down from Marian. Bit of a miscommunication between Shemetris and Thomas. Keeler had a bit of miscommunication there with Machuca as he charged towards the net. Pass went in behind Machuca's target, Machuca's spot. Ball sent up the pitch for Illinois Tech. Here come the Scarlet Hawks. They have plenty of support on the opposite side of the pitch. It's going to be tough for them to switch it there. I think Marian, knowing that, sort of just stood everyone in the middle of the field, so the Scarlet Hawks couldn't switch it. 4.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Kogayudo. Kogayudo got rid of it, and then he gets it right back. He's looking for Kuban. Kuban, long run. Ball goes out of play for Alexander Kuban, the 5'5", 160-pound senior out of Lombard. Header goes out of play for Machuca, and a throw in for Illinois Tech. A.J. Kumar, the first-year player out of Peoria, Arizona, enters the matchup, number 34. He comes on to replace Logan Garcia. So the first time we'll see Kumar today. A.J. Kumar, number 34, will be the new forward on the west side of the pitch. And actually, here's Kumar charging the ball now. Couldn't win possession there. Ball taken away by Marian. Blazenko had it knocked away by Mel. And a foul as Blazenko, and I believe that was Lisk, hit the ball. Yeah, it was Carter Lisk. They meet at the ball, leads to the foul against Marian. Speaking of Marian, they got a pair of subs getting set to come in. Peyton Fox and Zach Pfister awaiting the next stoppage. And that stoppage will come right here as the ball goes out of play off the foot of Kumar. Number 18 is Peyton Fox. Number 22 is Zach Pfister. Both enter the match for the first time. They'll replace Braden Johnson will come off, and so will Simon Keeler. The leading goal scorer for Marian and Johnson with 6 goals comes off. And Keeler probably leads Marian in touches to this point of the match. So the two players that have provided most of the activity for Marian, they head to the sideline here with exactly 2 minutes remaining in the half. That ball headed straight into the air and out of play by Peyton Fox, who just came in. Senior out of Jackson, Wisconsin. Pfister is a junior out of Lombard, Illinois. He also just came on. And now we got a bit of a collision out near midfield. We got a pile up of players here out near the midfield stripe. Slowest to his feet is Cairo Machuca, number 21 for Marian. Final 90 seconds to go in the half. Here's a chance to move for Kuban. He sends it across the pitch for Kumar. A.J. Kumar working one-on-one here with Hudson Shank. Kumar, he got the position towards the line. Here's a rebound opportunity. It was partially blocked. Man, that was a good shot for Lisk. I didn't see the Marian player that stood in there, but in that vicinity, Abad was there. And now the ball cleared out by Marchese. Run down by Balea. Final minute of the half. Here's Machuca. We just saw him holding an ankle recently, but he's okay enough to control the ball here. Here's Krupa. Played it back to Mel. Mel now goes down. Marian with a chance to send it the other way. Thomas immediately saw that ball coming, and he charged it. He called all of his defenders off, and now he'll just possess it with his feet here in the penalty area. Surprised Thomas didn't hold that ball longer and just run some time off the clock and get to the break. Kumar looking for Kuban. That ball is probably going to go out of play, and that likely will be the final action of this first half, with the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks leading the Marian Sabres by a score of 1-0. Cal Graham, assisted by Adam Lazarevic, is the only score that we've seen to this point of the matchup. Halftime here at Stuart Field. We'll recap our first half goal, recap our first half stats, preview the second half, and then go over our NAC scoreboard and standings. All of that coming up at halftime here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Illinois Tech leading Marian 1-0 at halftime here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. This is NCAA Division III men's soccer here from Stuart Field. Halftime at Stuart Field in Chicago, Illinois. This presentation of NCAA Division III men's soccer occurring at Stuart Field in Chicago here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. You're watching NCAA Division III men's soccer. Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks men's soccer. Scarlet Hawks currently with a 1-0 advantage over the Marian Sabres here at halftime. The next time, it'll be quite some time before the next time we'll see men's soccer in home action here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. That will be 2 weeks from today, actually, Saturday, October the 18th, which will be another women's-men's soccer doubleheader. It'll be a 1 p.m. start for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's team as they take on the MSOE Raiders. And the men's team, they follow at 3:30 p.m., taking on the Raiders as well on Saturday, October the 18th. Women's soccer in action again here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network on Wednesday, October the 8th at 7 p.m. as they take on the Lakeland Muskies. We'll have that for you as well. And then also Wednesday, women's volleyball action as the Scarlet Hawks take on the Concordia University of Chicago Cougars. So plenty of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics going on here within this next week or 2 weeks here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. We mentioned earlier that this is doubleheader action. Illinois Tech with a 1-0 advantage, looking for a clean sweep of Marian here in this doubleheader. So far, so good. Scarlet Hawks up 1-0 thanks to the goal by Cal Graham in the 26th minute. He was assisted by Adam Lazarovich. But earlier today, Illinois Tech in women's soccer action with a 7-0 victory over the Marian Sabres. It was a match where Illinois Tech put up 35 shots as a team to get past Marian in match one of our doubleheader. And Illinois Tech, as a result, now moves to 10-0-1 on the women's side, 35 shots to 3 from Marian. And the 7 goals from Illinois Tech really set the tone. They had 7 goals, 7 different players. It was Kayla Thomas in the 4th minute, Grace Yeager in the 17th minute, Taylor Hernandez in the 23rd minute, Gabriela Baltez assisted by Hernandez in the 27th minute. Thomas was assisted by Hitchcock in the 4th minute. Then you have Abby Cooley in the 76th minute, a PK goal from Mary Frampton. And then in the 82nd minute, it was Sophia Rodriguez Magid as Illinois Tech waltzed away with a 7-0 victory in match one of our doubleheader. Elsewhere in the conference, Illinois Tech's next opponent in women's soccer will be Lakeland. Lakeland still yet to get a win this season. Lakeland, they don't have that many goals. Only 3 goals scored by the Muskies this season. Didn't add any today as they were shut out 4-0 by the Aurora Spartans. Aurora even got a substitution goal from Ellie Kruger, 2 goals from McKenna Kunz as they walked off with a 4-0 win over Lakeland. 6-0 win for Wisconsin Lutheran as they had 2 goals on the day from Ava Zarling. 5 different players able to score for Wisconsin Lutheran as they win 6-0 over Rockford. Still to come in women's soccer action, MSOE and Benedictine, they will be in action, and that's a huge matchup in terms of the standings. MSOE, the second best team in women's soccer, so you know Illinois Tech will keep their eye on them to see what they're doing in their pursuit of catching the Scarlet Hawks the remainder of the season. Edgewood also with a 3-0 win earlier today as they beat Concordia University of Wisconsin to get their win. Greta Blau with a hat trick as Greta Blau now with 4 goals on the season, but a hat trick with goals in the 22nd, 62nd, and 86th minute to help Edgewood get the win. On the men's side of things, there was a conference loss for Dominican a non-conference loss for Dominican as they ended up losing by a score of 4-0 at the hands of North Central College earlier today. Elsewhere in men's soccer action, Edgewood with a 3-0 advantage as we speak in the 83rd minute over Concordia University of Wisconsin. Edgewood with 3 different goal scorers involved in their matchup. Jack Knight got one of the goals. Ben Brody and Gabe Vong rounded out the goal scorers for Edgewood to this point in that matchup. That one actually still going as we speak. Wisconsin Lutheran and Rockford much closer on the men's side. It's tied at 1 as we speak. That matchup just actually beginning their second half. The goal scorer for Wisconsin Lutheran was Jesus Ramirez Pabon. Meanwhile, for Rockford, they got a substitution goal out of Aldair Garcia. And then, of course, we mentioned earlier the 4-0 win for North Central over Dominican. North Central with a couple of goals from Jay Amana and a couple from Joseph Sargent. So a pair of braces for North Central to get their win. Meanwhile, Aurora and Lakeland are also at halftime on the men's side as we speak. Aurora with a 3-0 advantage. And Aurora just currently just leading the way. They got a substitution goal from Max Crawford. Carlos Villara added a goal as well as Walter De La Paz. Still to come in men's and women's action, MSOE and Benedictine are going to start at 5:30 and 7 p.m. respectfully tonight on both the women's and men's sides of things. And then tomorrow, St. Norbert takes on Concordia University of Chicago as that rounds out our NAC scoreboard. Our current score at Stuart Field, still 1-0 Scarlet Hawks as we get ready to begin the second half. We'll take a quick breather, and when we return, second half kickoff coming from Stuart Field here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Second half getting ready to begin here at Stuart Field as we wrap up a full doubleheader of action in NCAA Division III soccer. It was the 7-0 victory for Illinois Tech in match one of the day against Marian. And here on the men's side, 1-0 Scarlet Hawks as they look to complete the sweep. It could be a potential 8-0 sweep for Illinois Tech if results hold here in this men's matchup. But I'm sure the Marian coaching staff led by Keegan Miller would like to change those plans for Illinois Tech here in this final 45 minutes of action. I actually had the opportunity to listen in on some of that Marian huddle at halftime. Keegan Miller, he was saying we need to get tighter. We need to get tighter defensively. He was really unhappy with the effort that he saw defensively from his team. Not really so much the effort, but more so the positioning, as he was not pleased with how Illinois Tech was able to really just dribble around a lot of his defenders in the first half. Marian in their blue uniforms will switch sides and head towards the north net. Illinois Tech headed towards the south net, and Marian wasting no time sending the ball down the north side of the pitch and out of play for a goal kick. Colin Thomas will put it back into play. You can hear Coach Keegan Miller from Marian on the sideline saying, stay here. Immediately, he's got his front two lines placed in the attacking third, in the offensive attacking third here for Marian. He's saying JT Suss. He's saying one's got to be deep. He's got instructions for JT Suss, who's on that back line for Marian. Thomas sends the ball towards the midfield stripe. It's knocked down and possessed by Marian briefly. Ben Mill now has it for Illinois Tech. Mill's pass intended for Logan Garcia goes wide out of play. Garcia, the senior from Hoffman Estates, Illinois. The intended target of that pass, but the ball goes well wide and out of play. Possession won by Illinois Tech with Lazarevic. Lazarevic passes it out to Mill. Illinois Tech looking to build up here. 1-0 advantage. I'm sure they would love the breathing room here to prevent Marian from getting back level with one strike towards the net. Coach Marlon McKenzie up and walking around on that Illinois Tech sideline. He was in a chair most of that first half, with the exception of maybe a few different calls, but he's up and pacing now. Here is Garcia. Bit of a mistouch from Garcia. Coach McKenzie was not too pleased with that one. Now Garcia works it into Cal Graham. Graham responsible for the one score in this matchup. It was assisted by Lazarevic. Shemitris has sent out of play. It'll be an Illinois Tech throw. Pressure from behind by Braden Johnson. Johnson, the sophomore out of Belvedere, Illinois, goes 5'9", 160 pounds. Johnson leads Marian in goals scored, but hasn't had too many opportunities this afternoon. Ball sent into the penalty area. Garcia got up for it, but not really a quality touch for Illinois Tech, but he did win possession. He's working against Halevis. Shimitris. He sends the ball in. It's headed away by Marian with JT Suss. A chance for a counterattack. Johnson actually has no numbers, but he has the ball. Johnson gets it off the shot, off the fencing. Never really had a chance to score, as he really was outside of the two posts the entire time that he had possession. His shot never really had a chance. That thing was going to go behind the net or off the side of it one way or the other. It goes behind and off the fencing. However, despite not coming away with the goal, despite coming away empty there, Marian did just make a statement, however, I feel, by charging that net, at least getting a quality attempt. Much more aggressive approach from the Sabres. You see Johnson on that counterattack opportunity. You also see them starting their defensive line up a lot sooner. You can actually hear Keegan Miller at this moment yelling, up, up, up. He wants his team to play the ball up, closer towards their net. In their attacking third. Now here's Thomas, who he's going to watch the ball get sent out of play, and it'll be another goal kick. Thomas to Simitris. Johnson applying pressure to Thomas on the backside. Here's Mel. Mel with a bit of a bounce pass over to Garcia as he sort of just stepped on it and passed it over to him. And now Mel working back towards midfield. Mel plays it up to Lazarevic. And now here's Graham in the corner. Graham towards the net. King laid out. Really didn't need to make the effort towards the ground there, but he knocks it away to keep him from scoring. It's going to be a tough shot anyway, as that was going to take quite the bend down that end line. But Tyler Hall able to step up and knock it away. Hall, the keeper, right in the middle of the net. They've got three Scarlet Hawks out in front of them. The ball comes in, but it's a low liner. Johnson and Lazarevic both made contact there. It appeared that Lazarevic got the best of it as Illinois Tech wins possession towards their net. Here's a pass inside. They set up an opportunity to go for goal. It's off the post. Sakaira with a perfect pass across the net. He set up Garcia, and literally maybe an inch to his left, Garcia would have scored, but he puts it off the post for a goal kick. Illinois Tech desperately looking for breathing room. Marian desperately looking for the equalizer here in the second half. Both of these teams 2-3 in conference play. Illinois Tech 5-5-1. They are 5-1 here at Stuart Field. 2-3 in the conference. Meanwhile, Marian 4-5-1, 2-3 in conference play themselves. Esteban Alvarado set to come onto the pitch for Marian. Sophomore out of Live Oak, California. The ball sent down by Hall. Tyler Hall getting the start here for Marian in game 2 of the doubleheader here. Saw in the women's match they had King start match 1, and then actually went with Smith, the reserve keeper. Illinois Tech was able to get 4 different keepers in their 7-0 women's win. Here on the men's side, it's Thomas versus Hall. That was a good run by Vince Sanchez. He ran a long way. He maybe covered about 20 yards just to help Marian win that possession. They still have it with Blazenko. Blazenko forced to the edge of the box. Sent out by Watson, and Marian will get the throw. The aforementioned Esteban Alvarado will now come onto the pitch for Marian. Alvarado will replace Emmett Marchese. Marchese, the senior out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, came on as a reserve in the first half. And with Marian threatening to work towards the net, they get Alvarado out there. The ball goes in front of the net. It's cleared away by Illinois Tech. Ball knocked down again. But now repossessed by Illinois Tech with Graham. Cal Graham plays the ball over to Lazarevic. You can see Illinois Tech sort of taking the air out of the ball here by slowing the pace down. The faster pace favored Illinois Tech in that first half. Marian, by bringing their lines up, it's favored them here in the second half. Graham back to Shemetris. Shemetris with the switch pass. Sends it over to Watson. Watson to Sakira. Sakira sets it up. That's a good ball for Garcia. Garcia, not sure if he was leaving it for Lazarevic. Maybe a miscommunication. It led to a blocked shot. Sanchez, good job by Sanchez. He's had some quality touches for Marian in the entire match. About 3 of them here in the last 3 minutes of match action. And now Sanchez working defensively on Watson, but Watson gives it up to Kogayudo. Here's Lazarevic. Lazarevic has help. He's trying to send Garcia to the outside. Instead, he makes a move around Alvarado himself. Lazarevic going for the goal. It's saved inside by Tyler Hall. Coach Miller with instructions defensively for his Sabres. Wasn't too pleased with that scoring opportunity given to Illinois Tech there. And we get a foul here. So go against Illinois Tech. Here are our stats to this point of the matchup. 8 shots for Illinois Tech, 5 for Marian. Illinois Tech with the 1 goal and assist. That's Graham and Lazarevic. 5 corners to 3 in favor of Illinois Tech. 3 to 2 shots on goal in favor of Illinois Tech. 7 to 3 fouls favor Illinois Tech, meaning 7 fouls against Marian, 3 against Illinois Tech. 2 offside calls in the matchup, both against the Scarlet Hawks to this point of the matchup. Vince Sanchez, a bit of a chipper. He sends it in, and then it's immediately cleared out by Watson. Cal Graham over to Lazarevic. Sent down to Machuca. And now Sanchez. Ball played up the pitch. That's a long pass. It's going to go way into that corner. It may stay in. It does stay just enough out of the corner to keep it from being a goal kick. So Shemetris will throw it in. Shemetris sends it in for Illinois Tech. He was looking down the pitch for Garcia. But now Marian able to apply the pressure. They got 6 blue jerseys around 3 Scarlet Hawks. It results in a takeaway. Here's Keeler. He goes for goal! What a shot by Simon Keeler! Unassisted goal for the first-year player out of Lockport, Illinois, it's Simon Keeler. And he has just scored the equalizer in this matchup. And just like that, this is why Illinois Tech, this is why they were pressing so hard, trying to get that goal to go up 2-0, to get that breathing room. We've mentioned how both these teams are 2 and 3. They're 7th and 8th in the conference. They're basically evenly matched. And just like that, Illinois Tech, off that missed goal opportunity from Garcia, as opposed to going up 2-0, they're now leveled at 1 in a matchup where both teams need this one in conference play. Illinois Tech trying to get it back in a hurry. Hall makes the catch. Cal Graham scored in the 26th minute for Illinois Tech. In the 56th minute for Marian, it's Simon Keeler. And we're now tied at a goal apiece. They go for Keeler, only his 3rd this season. But it comes at a huge time. It's now Marian. Remember, Keeler is one of 3 players that entered the match with 2, Zach Pfister and JT Suss, the other 2. Braden Johnson has 6. And he's had a few opportunities to try to get to the net. He had 1 shot earlier in the half where he sent it off the fencing. But I thought maybe that shot pretty much proved that Marian was still in this game. They still have the energy. They moved their lines forward, and Illinois Tech has had a hard time adjusting. Vince Sanchez up to Johnson. Johnson slipped as he tried to regain possession of the touch. Here's a play towards the net. Thomas gets there, takes it away. Thomas throws the ball out of traffic, sends it to the east side of Stuart Field. And here's Sakira. Plays it across the pitch. He sends it down to Garcia. Garcia is knocked down, no foul. As Halevis and Garcia collided, it appeared that Halevis knocked Garcia down. Officials didn't see it that way. Ball sent down. There is Keeler with the most recent goal for Marian, thanks to his goal not too long ago. What a huge turn of events. This is a Marian team, remember, coming in following a shutout. They were shut out at the hands of MSOE. And this is following, remember, Marian, they beat Lakeland on September the 24th 2-0. They beat Rockford on the 27th 5-0. They were shut out 3-0 themselves on Wednesday. They come in here, and the majority of the afternoon, they've been down up until that goal from Keeler. Out near midfield, possession won by Marian. Krupa and Johnson go one-on-one again. Cleared out by Krupa. That goal by Keeler, mentioned, was his 3rd of the season. It was his 1st since the match on the 27th against Rockford when Marian won 5-0. He scored in the 68th minute. It was the first goal since Braden Johnson scored his 6th goal of the season. That was in like the 89th minute. That was the 88th minute, actually, for Marian in that same match against Rockford. So their first goal since Rockford 2 matches ago. And it comes from Keeler, who also scored in that match. Ball goes high into the air towards that Marian sideline. It'll be a Marian throw-in with Vince Sanchez. The energy here at Stuart Field has certainly changed. More of a nervous energy now. Illinois Tech was up 1-0. It was more of a optimistic nervousness, meaning like, all right, if Illinois Tech scores the next goal, they'll go up 2-0 with the breathing room. But with the goal from Marian, we're now tied at 1. And this could be a huge result should someone come away with, say, a 2-1 victory, if someone is to score in the final 29 minutes. We've played an hour and change here at Stuart Field. Scarlet Hawks with Sakira. Sakira plays it for Balea. Paul Balea, a bit of a weak hit as he tried to pass it, and it was taken away by Marian. Machuca and Sanchez. Machuca and Sanchez, 10 and 21. 10 Sanchez, 21 Machuca. Been all over the field today for Marian, along with number 12, Halevis. Keeler and Johnson have tried to bring the offensive spark for Marian, but this match has been played in the neutral third the majority of the match. Or at least the majority of this second half. In the first half, it was the majority on the Illinois Tech attacking third. Here in the second half, it's really been on that same attacking third. However, that's Marian's attacking third now. So that North attacking third has seen most of the action today. Here's a play for Illinois Tech. No try for goal as Balea had that ball taken away by Tyler Hall on the scoop up. Muhammad Abad getting ready to come back on for Marian. He played in that first half. The junior out of Chicago, Illinois, attended Taft, former Taft Eagle. So now here is Illinois Tech offensively with Ben Mill. Mill plays it up the pitch. Gives it up to Balea. Scarlet Hawks looking for an outlet with Garcia. Here's a turn from Sakira. Sakira goes down. And now here's Christian Garcia. Balea goes for goal. That is high off the south fencing here at Stuart Field. Abad now back on the pitch for Marian. Abad will replace Sanchez, and what a showing from Sanchez. He's done a great job out there. Great effort as he's greeted by the coaching staff, Keegan Miller and company, on the sideline. Marian sending it down with Blazenko. Thomas with a simple scoop. And Colin Thomas has done a really good job in the net today. And you have to remember the one goal that beat him, scored by Keeler, that was just a really good bend into that top right side of the net. And he was able to beat him. Now here's a lead for Illinois Tech, but the man's going to be offside. Is Cal Graham. Coach Marlon McKenzie again with the instructions for his team. One of those soccer balls that left Stuart Field just made his way back onto the playing pitch here. But that's been handled, and now action will resume. JT Suss. Suss sends it down. Ball was knocked down by Illinois Tech, only to be re-recovered by the Scarlet Hawks. Balea. Over to Garcia. Marian in possession. 25.5 minutes remaining here at Stuart Field. Ball sent down. They were looking for Keeler. That's going to be a long run for him. Thomas with quite the throw as he swings the ball way across the field over to Mill. Ben Mill sends it down. He had a man in Graham, but Machuca was there to cover him. Ball goes high into the air for Keeler. And now it's knocked down by Kogayudo for Illinois Tech. Ball played to Mill. Mill trying to lead his man Garcia. Garcia gets ahead of the pack. Suss knocks it out of play. Actually, they're going to say Garcia knocked it out of play. Suss made contact, but Garcia ran through that contact and knocked the ball out of play. So Marian, 4-5-1, 2-3 in conference play. They're back level with a goal in the 56th minute by Simon Keeler. Cal Graham scored in the 26th minute, assisted by Adam Lazarevic. That's back in the 26th minute. Simon Keeler's goal unassisted in the 56th minute. Those are your two scores to this point of the matchup. Illinois Tech had a 1-0 advantage for 30 minutes, up until 30 minutes and the halftime break, up until the goal from Keeler. Now Garcia tried to save it in. He's unable to do so as it goes out of play on the end line. We're glad that you've been able to join us here for NCAA Division III soccer action. We're glad you joined us. Well, thank you for joining us. If you joined us in match 1, the 7-0 victory for the Illinois Tech Scarhawks women's soccer team. They go to 10-0-1 on the season. They'll see the University of Chicago Maroons on Monday on the road for a Monday afternoon affair. And then they'll be back home Wednesday against Lakeland right here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Glad that you could join us here for this matchup. The exciting conclusion, getting ready to set up here at Stuart Field. We're expecting there could be one more water break here. We're not 100% sure on that as the ball is scooped up here by Tyler Hall. 88 degrees earlier today here at Stuart Field. The temperature now has dropped to about 83 as the sun continues to set here at Stuart Field. Johnson sends it out of play, and it will be a goal kick. Illinois Tech serve. Illinois Tech reserve will go with Adam Lazarovich, and that will be the water break here as these two teams get ready to get back onto the pitch for the final 22 and a half minutes. This is the 68th minute here at Stuart Field. We're tied at 1. Will we get a winner, or will this one end in a draw? We'll find out on the other side of this break. You're watching Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks men's soccer here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Second half continues here at Stuart Field in Chicago following the second half water break. We are tied at a goal apiece between the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and the Marian Sabres on this presentation of NCAA Division III men's soccer here in the NAC, Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. Marian with a record of 4-5-1, 2-3 in conference play. They got the equalizing goal in the 56th minute from Simon Keeler. Here in the 68th minute, we're tied at 1. It was back in the 26th minute when Cal Graham scored to open the scoring for Illinois Tech, assisted by Adam Lazarovich. But Illinois Tech, despite having an opportunity to go up 2-0 on a missed shot attempt from Logan Garcia, they've now found themselves in a 1-1 tie. Marian making some subs here as Johnson and Keeler come off the pitch. Pfister is back out there along with Fox. So the same sub that Marian made for the final 2 minutes of the first half, they make that sub here in the first minute out of the water break. Jack Williams played the ball over to Williams, and now you see Marian pretty much playing the same strategy we saw at Illinois Tech. They pushed their lines up, and now they've been in control of the midfield stripe the majority of the second half. Coach Keegan Miller, one thing he mentioned was keeping his team tight to the ball. He didn't like how Illinois Tech was getting a number of dribbles around defenders in one-on-one matchups. In the second half, Marian has done a much better job of taking away lanes for Illinois Tech to create for themselves with one-on-one situations. In fact, Marian has taken away the majority of opportunities for Illinois Tech in the second half. And they've actually flipped the field the majority of the second half. Stats to this point of the game: 9 shots for Illinois Tech, 7 for Marian. 4 of the 7 on goal for Marian, 3 of the 9 on goal for Illinois Tech. 5 corners for Illinois Tech, 3 for Marian. Fouls, 8 against Marian, 4 against Illinois Tech, and 3 offside calls against the Scarlet Hawks as well. We got a Scarlet Hawk player down on the pitch. And you don't want to see this here as the clock has stopped. Illinois Tech also with a pair of players getting set to come onto the pitch. Jake Skiba and Carson Floyd are the 2 ready to come on for Illinois Tech. Meanwhile, Aiden Waugh ready to come on for Marian as Mika Sanchez, the athletic trainer for Illinois Tech, has been waved onto the field. And she's going to go check on the downed player for the Scarlet Hawks. Mika Sanchez, well known here around the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks campus. You usually see her as the athletic trainer for most Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks sporting events. Had a point last season where she was named Scarlet Hawk of the Week during one of the week of Illinois Tech athletic events. But for good reason, Mika Sanchez always right on it whenever needed here at Stuart Field or at the Keating Sports Center or at Ed Glancy Field or any other Scarlet Hawk event. And she made her way onto the field here to help with this situation. And now Aiden Waugh makes his way on now for Marian to replace Esteban Alvarado. Here comes the corner from Marian. The ball sent in. Thomas just taps it over the top of the net. Still trying to confirm who that injured player, who that downed player was that Mika Sanchez is walking off with. It appears that's Matthew Watson. So that's Matthew Watson coming off the pitch. Couldn't really see him. He was down on the far side from the broadcast location. But now that we see him walking towards us here, you can see the 3 on the jersey. Corner coming from Marian. It'll be Halevis. Halevis has action out near the front. They try to go for goal to the Sabres, but the ball's deflected away. Waugh, who just came onto the pitch, took the shot there, but it was blocked away. A handball there. Marian wanted a handball as Blazenko kicked that one straight up. It did hit a hand of a Scarlet Hawk player, but no handball. Thomas plays it back in. Kyle Graham working on the outside. Graham tries to cross one in, and Hall with an easy scoop there. So Illinois Tech with a pair of subs, actually a pair of subs getting ready to come in. As Floyd, actually, I'm going to say a pair of subs, but actually it'll just be Floyd coming in for Illinois Tech. Sanchez will have to wait to replace Logan Garcia. Coach Miller wanting his team to watch for the back post here as Illinois Tech gets set for that corner. 3 players to the front post. The ball goes in. A header from Krupa. It goes long and bounced away. Williams comes up with it from Marian. And the ball goes out of play for another Scarlet Hawk throw. It'll be Krupa to throw it in. Actually, it'll be Hippolito to throw it in here. Matthew Hippolito, the junior, out of Plainfield, Illinois. The ball sent away by Marian. And now it's headed back towards the net. There's Krupa. And now the ball sent out of play again, this time by Marian for another Scarlet Hawks throw in. You see Illinois Tech working closer towards that net. We saw this earlier in the half where they had Garcia. He was out in front. They were looking to go up 2-0. But Scarlet Hawks unable to find the back of the net in that play. Hippolito will watch it roll right back out again. Another throw in for the junior out of Plainfield, Illinois, Matthew Hippolito. Listed at 5'9", 158 pounds, out of Plainfield North. A long throw towards the net. The header into the air from Skiba, but it's out of play. Yeah, Jake Skiba, the junior out of Homer Glen, Illinois. One of 3 Skibas on the roster. Nick, Zach, and Jake, obviously. It was Jake on the header. And now it'll be Marian on the goal kick. Tyler Hall. Hall sends it down. And the contact made by Kogayudo for Illinois Tech. Lazarevic. Lazarevic has an assist. That was back on the goal by Graham earlier in the 26th minute. Lazarevic rips one wide to the opposite corner. Sends it to that southeast corner here at Stuart Field. And it leads to the goal kick. Coach Keegan Miller up on his feet with instructions for his team. Coach Marlon McKenzie of Illinois Tech still sitting sort of with the hand over his mouth as he just watches on in the second half. Ball knocked down. A bit of a battle here between Vince Sanchez, and Adrian Kogayudo. Ball ahead of the pack. And a no handball call here for JT Suss. And I guess that works both ways. Illinois Tech had one that could have been a handball earlier. Suss with one that could have been a handball there. Played back by the Sabres. Ball switched to Machuca. Machuca plays it up to Waugh. Krupa. Krupa gives it up to Mail. Carson Floyd in possession. Junior out of Grand Blanc, Michigan. You see Marian. You see now the Sabres, 5-6 guys in the middle of the pitch. We had a misplay there for the Sabres. And now a wide pass for Illinois Tech takes away a scoring opportunity. Graham, he's got Floyd for support. Graham and Suss go down, and it leads to a goal kick. And Coach Miller of Marian, not a fan. He's not a fan of the counterattack opportunities for Illinois Tech. Words for JT Suss. And also some words for Cairo Machuca on that defensive line for Marian. Kogayudo was bent over for a brief moment, but he's back out there for the Scarlet Hawks. Here's Mail. Over to Carson Floyd. Floyd makes a move. Floyd gets it back after giving the ball up to Lazarevic. Here's Lazarevic over to Mill. Chance for Kogayudo. Kogayudo tries to play it in. Sent out by Marian, and that'll go into their attacking third. Speaking of the attacking third for Marian, they're about to bring Keeler and Johnson back onto the pitch on the next stoppage. Keeler with the 1 goal to this point of the matchup. Johnson, of course, the team leader with 6 on the season. Also has Esteban Alvarado set to check in as well in the next stoppage, as now we get a stoppage here in the middle of the pitch with one of the Scarlet Hawks and Graham going down. Graham scored the long goal for Illinois Tech back in the 26th minute. Action resumes. Ball sent down. Thomas on the scoop. And now Illinois Tech in control of the ball with Thomas just whipping it out into traffic here. And it goes over to Balea. Well played by Illinois Tech. But how about the effort from Marian? Trailed after the 26th minute. changed their defensive strategy. They've definitely been much more aggressive. They've caused all sorts of problems for the Scarlet Hawks here in the second half, including the tie on the scoreboard, tied at 1. Krupa to Lazarevic. Up to Mill. Mill goes to Floyd. That ball's going to roll right out of play for a Scarlet Hawk throw. Hippolito will throw it in. It's now that trio of subs for Marian with Johnson, Keeler, and Alvarado all coming onto the pitch. They'll replace Fox, Halevis, and Pfister. And pretty much the same sub that Coach Miller used earlier, where he took out Johnson and Keeler near the end of the first half. He used it again to take them out for a breather near the end of this match. Now he goes back with his starters. He goes back with his top strikers as Marian looks to try to get a conference victory on the road here against Illinois Tech. Illinois Tech 5-1 here at Stuart Field this season. Here's Johnson. Johnson plays it to the middle of the pitch. A chance for Marian to go for goal. Blazenko went down, and then the shot goes off the fencing. And a card. A yellow card against Blazenko. So Blazenko will pick up our first card of the day here at Stuart Field in either matchup, as he picks up the yellow. And now Coach Marlon McKenzie having some words with one of the officials on the sideline. Meanwhile, Keegan Miller continuing to give instructions for his Marian Sabres. 79th minute. Kogayudo over to Mill. Mill gives it to Sakira. He's been quiet. Has Mateo for quite some time. Mateo Sakira, Illinois Tech's leader in goals scored. And now we get a foul, which goes against Illinois Tech. Lazarevic tackling Blazenko. Blazenko picked up that yellow card on Marian's last possession. Let's see how the Sabres do on this possession. Cairo Machuca looking for Johnson. It was Krupa instead who made the contact on the ball. Blazenko working on Mill. Blazenko, he turns the corner. He gets to the outside. He tries to send it in. Johnson is met defensively by Hippolito, and it leads to the corner. Mohamed Abad set to come back onto the pitch for Marian. It'll wait for after this. It'll wait till after this corner, however, for Sanchez. Marian with Johnson on the near post relative to where the ball is on the corner here. They've got 3 players that could play back post here. The ball comes in. It goes towards that back post. The header is off the side of the net and out of play for a goal kick. Thomas was beat, but the header just not quite inside the post. Vince Sanchez goes off the pitch. Mohamed Abad now comes in, so 27 for 10. Thomas sends it down towards midfield. Final 10 minutes here at Stuart Field. What a Saturday it's been if you're a Scarlet Hawk fan. 7-0 win in women's soccer over Marian in match 1. Illinois Tech with a goal in the 26th minute from Cal Graham, assisted by Adam Lazarevic to make it 1-0. But it was the goal by Simon Keeler in the 56th minute to get back level for Marian. And as a result, we're tied at 1 apiece with 9.5 minutes remaining here in match 2 of our senior day doubleheader between the Scarlet Hawks and the Marian Sabres. Krupa sends it over to Mill. Mill plays it up the pitch. to Sakira. Ball sent lone. Hippolito's going to watch it. Thomas is going to have to go get it himself. He can't play with his hands. As now you can see Thomas take it back towards the penalty area where he'll just pick it up. Thomas throws the ball back into the field of play over the middle. Did a good job of drawing Keeler in. Bit of a soft touch there from Lazarevic. I can see his face as he tried to make up for that bad pass. He ran it down and knocked it free. Here's Sakira. He sets it up. Floyd with space. Floyd back in front. A chance for Kumar. He passed as well. The ball shot and blocked and then saved by King. Right, Hall, actually, excuse me. What a play by Tyler Hall. As you can hear the Scarlet Hawks sideline suddenly, A.J. Shooter, A.J. Kumar had a chance to go for the net. He passed it to Balea, and it led to the save by Tyler Hall. Balea up to Kumar. Ball sent back. Up Illinois Tech. That's twice in this second half. They've come close to a goal. It was Garcia earlier off the post. Would have made it 2-0 at that point. That goal would have given Illinois Tech the late 2-1 advantage to put them ahead on the scoreboard. Switch pass to Mail from Kogayudo. Lazarevic sets it up. He had Sakira. They go to Floyd on the outside. The ball sent out of play by Marian. Owen Holevis set to come back onto the pitch. Senior from Lake Villa, Illinois, attended Grays Lake North. He's been out there a good portion of the match from Marian. Getting down to crunch time here, final 7 minutes to go. It's going to be a long running throw from Hippolito. He gets it in. Krupa, a header towards the net. It's knocked down for Kumar. Krupa goes for goal off the fencing. Substitution now from Marian. It's Holevis as he'll replace Aiden Waugh. Hall, Tyler Hall, the junior goalkeeper, sends it down. Kogayudo over the mill. Floyd had it knocked away. Hippolito had it knocked away off of Esteban Alvarado. And Floyd with the quick throw in. And missed touch for Illinois Tech as Lazarevic knocked it out of play. Couldn't quite secure possession. Lazarevic again, this time with a pretty good touch, but Floyd ran the other way. Johnson and Krupa racing to the ball. Thomas had it for a moment. Krupa with a nice bending pass around Keeler. Mail and Alvarado both meet at the same spot where Alvarado won the race to the ball and knocked it out of play. A little bit of a miscommunication there as we got a back kick from Lazarevic and Holevis. Here's Lazarevic to the right side of the net. A chance to set one up. He goes for Sakira. It's blocked. Another shot attempt is knocked down. The ball is loose, and it goes out of play. There's a player down for Marian. It looked like he took the ball right to the stomach, or at least in the abdominal area. And we've seen Machuca. That's twice he's been doubled over in this matchup. It appeared that he took that ball right in the lower abdomen area. You can see him just trying to catch his breath. Illinois Tech to send the corner in. As they're going to let Machuca catch a breather here. Taking that ball to the abdomen. He's trying to catch his breath. And Mika Sanchez is actually going to have to go check on Machuca. Despite the fact he's standing, he's still clearly shaken up. Good usage of time for a few Illinois Tech players running the sideline to get a water break with Thomas and Hippolito. Final 5:03 to go in this matchup. If you're just joining us, Chris Rouse here on the call from Stuart Field in Chicago. This is game 2 of our doubleheader. Illinois Tech with a 7-0 win in women's action earlier. NCAA Division III women's soccer action earlier. Here in men's soccer action, tied at 1 with 5:03 to go. Here's a late sub with Emmett Marchese coming on now for Marian. He'll replace Machuca. The corner for Illinois Tech. It comes in and sent right back out. That was Blazenko. This is a long run for Braden Johnson, but he was able to get there to possess it for Marian. He's got Keeler for support, middle of the pitch. He's also got Abad. Johnson with support, but he couldn't quite handle the ball as he tried to dribble to the inline. Kogayudo, bit of a mistouch. And now the takeaway by Blazenko. Blazenko going for goal, just left of the net. So Aiden Waugh comes back onto the pitch for Marian. Also good sign. Is Cairo Machuca walking around on the sideline. You can hear Coach Keegan Miller ask him if he was okay. He said he was good. But Machuca had to wait to the next stoppage. Ball sent in. Johnson with a step. Johnson with a chance for goal. But for the second time, Braden Johnson sends it off the fencing here at Stuart Field. Literally, that looked almost like a carbon copy of the shot he had earlier in the second half when it was 1-0 Illinois Tech. Johnson had a shot on that left side of the net, sent it off the fencing. This time on the right side of the net, sends it off the fence. Here's Mill. Mill with a touch to Sakira. Sakira around Machuca. Sakira, he's got help. He spins through traffic. Sakira working on 3 different sabers before he's finally dispossessed of the ball. Johnson sends it into the air for Marian. And now offside against Marian as they had a chance to go score, but a missed opportunity due to the offside flag. Kumar sends it in. Sakira got a header on it, but no goal. Illinois Tech, their energy is certainly raised here in these as we get into the final 5 minutes of game action. Here's Johnson. Johnson working on Krupa. Johnson knocked down, and it leads to the corner for Marian. 3 minutes and change on the clock. You wonder how many opportunities either team will get to go for the net as the clock continues to tick. Simon Keeler will take the corner from Marian. Keeler has Johnson in front of the net. They also bring JT Suss to that back post. Keeler chipped it in. That's a good ball. It's knocked around. And now Suss comes up with it. Suss goes for goal. Another chance for Marian. If they could just turn, they got a quality look. And now towards the net, Johnson was chasing the ball. So was Hippolito. And a flag. It's actually going to be a goal kick. Final 2 minutes, 2:15 counting. Thomas sends it towards midfield. Touch made by Sakira. It was Machuca who sent it down, and Thomas again, as we are now inside the final 2 minutes. Illinois Tech with a 17-13 advantage on shots to this point of the afternoon. And now it will be another Marian throw-in. They stop the clock here. So a minute 45. A minute 45 remaining in the match. Nathan Blazenko has to come off the pitch due to blood. He's literally he said he got blood on his mouth, he's got blood on his hands, so they're checking on him here on the sideline as action resumes. Final 100 seconds beginning now. Abad sends it over to Braden Johnson. Hippolito. Illinois Tech across the midfield stripe inside 90 seconds to go. Krupa and Johnson. Gonna be tough for Koga Yudo to turn around here. Skiba. Over to Balea. Ball played up the pitch to Sakaira. Sakaira working on Suss. Suss takes him down. No whistle as action resumes. Final minute. Here's Kumar. A.J. Kumar had a good shot attempt, but he passed out of it recently. Illinois Tech just trying to get a quality shot here. Final 44 seconds. Ball sent in. Mel, a header towards the net. That's going to be his light bounce for Tyler Hall. Marian with an opportunity to have the last possession of this match. They send it down to Braden Johnson. That's a long run for Johnson, who couldn't quite keep it in. And now Thomas will have the goal kick. So no possession for Marian. Thomas gets it in to Koga Yudo. Final 15 seconds. Let's see if Illinois Tech can get it down the pitch. Doesn't appear that Illinois Tech's even going to get within striking distance here. Neither will Marian. And this matchup between the 7th and 8th place teams in the NAC will end how you would expect. Wait, here's one last build-up for Illinois Tech. It's saved by Hall, and it's a 1-1 draw to wrap up the day. So a 1-1 tie is how we wrap up our doubleheader here at Stuart Field today. With Illinois Tech now, as a result, they go to 5-5-2 on the season, 2-3-1 in conference play. Marian now goes to 4-5-2, 2-3-1 in conference play. And what a match we had today here to finish it up. Illinois Tech with a goal in the 26th minute by Cal Graham, assisted by Adam Lazarovich. Got him off to a 1-0 advantage. But the unassisted goal by Simon Keeler in the 56th minute makes the difference as we get out of here with a 1-1 tie between the Sabres and the Scarlet Hawks. And that wraps up our Senior Day doubleheader from here at Stuart Field in Chicago. For all of our crew here at Illinois Tech, for Eric Willowhite and everyone else that helped bring our broadcasts, both broadcasts to you today and on the stats today, thank you so much for joining us here at Stuart Field. Our next presentation of Illinois Tech Athletics will be Wednesday. We have two matches going on. Women's soccer taking on the Lakeland Muskies at 7 p.m. Then women's volleyball taking on the Concordia University of Chicago Cougars. Next time we'll see men's soccer. They hit the road for 3 straight, so we'll see them on October the 18th. Doubleheader action that day when both the women's and men's soccer teams take the pitch against the MSOE Raiders. But our final from Stuart Field today, it was 7-0 in match 1 for the women's soccer team. It's a 1-1 draw on the men's side as the Scarlet Hawks, they win the women's matchup 7-0 on Senior Day, and they wrap up the men's matchup with a 1-1 tie. We'd like to thank you all for joining us here in Chicago. For all of our crew, I'm Chris Rouse. This has been another presentation of NCAA Division III Men's Soccer. Until next time, so long from Chicago.